Time now is 5 o'clock. Welcome to the Board of Fire Commissioners meeting, South King Fire. Chief Crossan, pledge allegiance. Thanks, Chief. Approval of minutes from the May 27, 2025 regular board meeting and June 12, 2025 special board meeting.
Move to approve the minutes.
Well, I wasn't here until the special board meeting, so.
Might want to split those up. Reading so I can.
Okay, let us go. We're going to split this up. So approval of the minutes for May 27th, 2025. So I have a motion.
Motion to approve those.
Motion by Commissioner Burris. That is seconded by Commissioner Vedino. Any discussion on that first one, May 27th meeting?
A couple questions,
Yes,
please.
Commissioner Gates.
The minutes of May 27th. Did everybody read them? Every commissioner read them? No? Okay.
Most of them.
You're excused from the next question then. For those of you who did read it, tell me what's wrong with the minutes. What's missing?
I read it quickly too. What's wrong?
Tell you what, narrow it down to reread the first paragraph. Caroline, you ought to know this. Give up?
I think she gives up.
Okay. At the beginning of the meeting, the chairman, and I don't know if this is in Robert's rules or our commissioner guidelines, the chairman is supposed to indicate the attendance of the commissioners. Are all commissioners present, et cetera, et cetera. You know, no, 4 are here and John Doe is going to be 15 minutes late, or Commissioner Gates is on vacation. Wait a minute, Commissioner Gates isn't mentioned there. Now, in the minutes of the next meeting, June 12th, which Commissioner Vedino chaired, she got it right. She said Commissioner Brusso was excused. So I can't believe you didn't catch this. Anyway, I just
You weren't excused.
well, I wasn't even mentioned. That's what happens when you don't file for re-election. They don't mention your name at all. I guess the point I want to make is we need to do a better job of sort of looking at stuff, making sure things are correct, making sure all the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed, and so forth. And, you know, we had a case here several months ago when that Crossan guy was acting chief, you know, and he read a referendum resolution. At the end, he said, pass this so-and-so day of 2026. And you immediately ask for a motion to approve. Nobody must have read it or even thought about it, that it's not 26. It was supposed to say 25. So we're simply not thinking about some of this stuff. I mean, this is not a homeowners association meeting. You know, we're elected officials of our government body, and I think we just got to get a little sharper at some of this stuff. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gates. So, want to make an amendment for that first meeting? No. You want to add that in there? You don't have to. So, okay. Any other discussion on the May 27th meeting? Hearing and seeing none. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Thank you. So I need approval for the minutes for June 12th. Go ahead, Commissioner Gates.
I will be abstaining because I wasn't at the meeting.
Yes, thank you. I will be staying for June 12th meeting. So I need a motion for the June 12th meeting.
Full of them, both meetings.
Commissioner
I'll
Fuller
second.
and a second by Commissioner Gates. Any discussion on the June 12th meeting, special board meeting? Heard? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. I'm staying for that vote. I was not present. Thank you. Commissioner comments. I'm going to start to my right with Commissioner Gates. Commissioner's comments.
No comments.
Thank you. Commissioner Medina,
Nothing from
Commissioner Burris,
No comments.
Commissioner Fuller.
Hi, Mike. Green Gardens Elementary School appreciates Ladder 64 coming, and with Captain Holtman and firefighter Clark and firefighter Brotherton on board, and it was another great egg drop. Thank you.
Thank you. Do want to say that for my comments, I did enjoy the recognition banquet. That was really great. It was hot, but I'm sure everyone enjoyed themselves. So thank you for that, everyone. Thank you. Congratulations to everyone. They got the award there. That's great to see. Great teamwork. Down to item 5, public comments. Please state your name and address for the record. Please limit comments to 3 minutes or less. Do we have any public comments? Okay. Hearing seen none. Thank you. That's closed. Commissioner committee reports. Is there any committee reports? Commissioner Medina.
The Finance Committee met and the notes are in your packets if you have any questions. Nope.
No questions? Okay. Any other committee reports at this time? Okay. Thank you. Down to item number 7, procurement policy adoption.
Good evening, Commissioners. In your board packet, you've got an updated procurement policy. We've got a number of projects we're going out to bid on, as you know, the Olympic Building, bathroom remodels, soon hopefully Station 62 renovations, and Finance Division and Director Lee and Legal Counsel took a look at our procurement policy and felt like we could make some adjustments to it to provide some flexibility to the district when we need to go back out to bid, restart. So the updates are in your packets. Any questions?
What's an executive summary of what might have changed or what needed to be improved?
Flexibility. So I think it was written previously that we had to accept the lowest bid, and it was difficult to restart the bid process with anomalies in the process. So this affords us some flexibility to choose not necessarily the lowest bid based off of certain parameters that are specified.
Any other questions?
So we'll need a motion to accept the policy.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion to accept the new policy.
A motion by Commissioner Burris, or a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Fuller. Any discussion on current policy adoption on the motion on the table? Hearing seen none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. That passes. Item 8, Resolution 667, LTGO bonds.
Okay. Well, with the sale of the 320th property falling through, we're switching to Plan B. Plan B includes the issuance of limited term obligation bonds, basically issuing of debt to meet some of our capital project needs. The amount covered in Resolution 667 is a combination of what we expect funding-wise for those projects, and it also includes the refinance of the 2015 bonds that we talked about a couple of months ago. We estimate that this will save taxpayers about $1.6 million off of the remaining 10 years on the bonds. So we've been working with legal counsel, as we have shared with the board in previous meetings, on a potential refinance. But with the property falling through, we felt it was necessary to not wait any longer with these projects and issue some LTGO bonds. Now, I'll read this in a minute, and I need to be very careful so I don't make a mistake because Commissioner Gates will call me out on it. But the amount in the resolution is not exactly what we will be issuing. It's a combination of the refinance bonds and new bonds. And it provides a little bit of cushion because we expect, we've got a timeline from bond counsel. We expect this process to commence after you approve the resolution, and the issuance of funds would be in September. That doesn't mean we're going to delay our projects. We're going to get the process started, and I'll communicate with the organization this evening or tomorrow on what that looks like. But we expect to receive the money sometime in September. So with that said, Resolution 667, a resolution of the Board of Fire Commissioners of South King Fire, King County, Washington, authorizing the issuance and sale of limited tax general obligation bonds and unlimited tax general obligation refunding bonds in the aggregate principal amount of not to exceed $41 million to provide funds to construct, equip, renovate, acquire, and make certain capital improvements to the facilities of the district and to refund certain outstanding bonds of the district, providing for the annual levy of taxes to pay the bonds, and delegating the authority to determine the final terms of the bonds under the terms and conditions set forth herein. This resolution shall become effective immediately upon adoption, adopted by the Board of Fire Commissioners of South King Fire, King County, Washington, at a regular meeting thereof held this 24th day of June, 2025.
Thank you.
What is the amount of the new and what is the amount of the refinance?
Approximately the refinanced is 23 million. The new is 15 million. So when we met with the Finance and Audit Committee, we pitched several different amounts. Bond counsel had worked up for us, and 15 million we think will cover what we need to achieve. And this is also predicated on our ability to afford this payment. If we finance too much, the payment's going to go up significantly, and this money comes out of our annual operating budget. So it's a reduced amount. The sale of the property was going to bring in more than this amount, which means we're going to have to scale back our projects. But this amount includes prioritizing the retrofits at Station 62 and the tentative improvements at the Olympic Building.
Those are the two primary
That's correct.
projects.
Commissioner Burris.
So I was asked recently by some firefighters, what our plan B was after the 320th failed. I think you've actually said very well what our plan B is. But just for anybody that might be listening that missed some of the details, could you give like a 2-sentence, this is our plan B?
Yeah, so this evening, or depending on how long this meeting goes tonight, maybe tomorrow, I'll send out a message to the organization on the details of Plan B, but we will begin the creation of the work groups designed to tackle the retrofits at Station 62, working with facilities and Director Lee, operations on what those impacts would look like, to include, do we get portable facilities to house our firefighters temporarily while we remodel the station? Does it include some retrofits down here to make it livable for the time being? This money, this financed amount, does include money for those changes and needs. So starting, we're running 2 trains. We've got to get out of Station 62. The administrative staff need to get out so that we can free up space for the firefighters. So Director Lee will get the green light on moving forward with our tentative improvements, which have been put on hold at the Olympic Building, and then we will start the process of planning the renovations for Station 62.
Any other questions?
The repaying out of the funds, how much do you think we'll be paying a year?
It's about $1.5 million, give or take, depending on the exact amounts. The reason why this resolution is written by bond legal counsel in such a way to afford us some flexibility is we're looking at both private and public sale of these bonds. So we're not exactly sure. We're going to figure out which one has the best interest rates and what's in the best interest of the district. But it does mean that we're going to have to budget out of our operating budget this much money for the foreseeable future to cover these costs. But there's no other choice right now other than to go out and run a bond issue, a voter approved bond issue. But as I've mentioned before, we would prefer to do that when we acquire property and we want to start breaking ground on that new station. Based off of the timing, the work that Director Lee has done, and the understanding of what other bonds could be on the ballot in the next couple of years, we're shooting to be able to put a bond in front of you sometime next year to build another fire station. That's our plan. The benefit with the fire benefit charge is that can be adjusted to meet the needs of the district. And we're very cognizant of keeping that tight and doing what we said we would do in terms of, being fiscally responsible, but we don't have a choice right now. As I've mentioned to each of you, this original bond was issued in 2015. We're a decade past when we should have renovated Station 62. So we cannot keep kicking we can't keep kicking the can down the road. We got to get started. And we're up staffing. 27,000 plus calls a year. We're staffing the 12th unit more frequently. We're planning the 13th and 14th unit. We have to grow. We're beyond that point in our history here, in our time. So we have to make changes at Station 62, and that's the quickest way to create more space for units.
Any other questions? Long time coming. Thank you. So resolution 667, LTGO bonds. Do I have a motion?
I move to approve resolution 667.
Motion by Commissioner Burris, is there a second? Second by Commissioner Gates.
Second.
Thank you. Any other discussion on the motion on the table at this time for resolution 667? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Thank you. Thank you. 667 is passed. Item 9, resolution 668, declaring the maintenance of a public records index to be unduly burdensome.
Okay, a couple of weeks ago, legal counsel provided a seminar to public agencies in the area in terms of what our responsibilities were per RCW. And one of those issues that we needed to be attentive to is declaring the maintenance of a public records index to be unduly burdensome. In addition to not having a resolution like this in place, we are also working with facilities to make sure that all of our facilities have proper signage designating private areas where live video should not be allowed. Our firefighters live in these stations, and we don't want somebody walking into a living area of the station, a bunk room or the beanery, and capturing video and sound images of things that just aren't of public purpose. So we've realized that we need to put some protections in place for our people. So this is the first step. I'll read resolution 668. Declaring a resolution of the Board of Commissioners of South King Fire, King County, Washington, declaring the maintenance of a public records index to be unduly burdensome, adopted by the Board of Fire Commissioners of South King Fire, King County, Washington, at a regular meeting this 24th day of June, 2025. with following commissioners being present and voting.
Thank you. Any questions for Resolution 668?
You need your mic on.
Oh, yes. Would you just tell me before I start speaking? Oh, that's your job.
That's-
I'm
All right,
sorry.
all right.
You're blocking me out though here.
Oh, okay. There. What is the state or the RCW regarding public records?
RCW, and I think legal counsel is on here. RCW 4256-0703 requires all public agencies to maintain and make available a current index of all public records. Legal counsel, would you like to weigh in?
Yeah, yeah. So that RCW cited by Executive Director Ganem requires all local governments to post an index of their public records, which functionally can be interpreted to mean an index of all of your records. And that has resulted in many records requesters across Washington state showing up to stations and asking for your index, when there's a part of the statute that says that you can adopt an order that says that maintaining such a records index would be unduly burdensome. And yes, it would be unduly burdensome to maintain such an index, because you'd have to hire someone full-time to put something like that together.
So it's a historical and rolling to the future.
It's an evolving document, Commissioner Fuller. It would be maintained. It's a current index of all of your records.
Lori, what kind of approximately number of record requests do we get?
400.
So far this year.
So we're on a track to at least or more. How lengthy are the reports that you're getting now? Are they, 100 pages, 1,000 pages? Are they asking for really big?
They all vary. They vary from like 5 pages. I just released one that's about 2,500.
Yeah.
And those are generally reviewed too. So if she finds all the information, then we review them before they're released to make sure that it's fulfilling the request and that we're not releasing anything that we shouldn't. And it's very cumbersome.
Very time consuming.
Commissioner Gates?
This is more of a, it's been a long time since I went to school and took English and grammar and all that stuff. But I'm curious in, let's say, the second paragraph, where it says South King Fires Operation. And we say that several times. It seems to me, if I remember correctly, that there ought to be in fires, F-I-R-E-S, there ought to be a, I think you'd call it an apostrophe between E and S. Because doing that, or sometimes it's called a single quote mark, that's used to indicate possession. So I think there just ought to be a little.
Eric, take note of that.
Duly noted.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Any other comments?
That resolution was
Questions?
created by legal counsel. Just saying. We got to share the love here, Eric.
Commissioner Burrs?
So does this then relieve us of having to answer public information requests, or it just
It
limits?
relieves us of having to have an index recording all of this stuff.
Okay, and it's,
No, we're not
And it's
relieved
all
from
legal.
fulfilling public records requests, no.
okay.
Any other questions? If none, I will entertain a motion to accept Resolution 668.
I'll move to adopt resolution number 668.
Thank you. Commissioner Gates, or a second?
I'll second.
Motion by Commissioner Gates, seconded by Commissioner Burris. Any other discussion about the motion, resolution 668? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Pass. Thank you. 668 is passed. Thank you, Director Ganem. Down to item number 10, administrative team report.
Okay. Well, today, Deputy Chief Crossan attended his last administrative staff meeting. And today, Deputy Chief Crossan is attending his last commissioner meeting. So we want to recognize Chief Crossan's 33 years of service to the community and South King Fire. Any parting words, Chief? Well, this is a new audience.
Now you get away from that.
I'll start off different than I did this morning. How's that? Yeah. No. Hey, it's been a great time. I've enjoyed it. I would do it all over again. Thank you to all of you. I'm looking forward to what the next chapter is. I've talked to several of you. Everybody has questions. Some of you even try to convince me, other people in this room, to look at other jobs and things. And no, I'm going to go enjoy life and do things. I'm never going to rule out what I'm going to do or what not do, but it's time for that next chapter in my life. So I've had a great time. You'll still see me around. The Kiwanis have me being the next president-elect. I'm not going anywhere at Christmas. Someone's got to let me in now to pick up toys. But yeah, I'm not, all those things are going on. But there's other things in my life I'm adding to it. There's a lot more things I'm doing. This organization has changed a lot in those 33 years. There was 2-person crews and yellow trucks and lots of things way back when. As Craig smiles, he knows exactly how much it's changed. And I will be the biggest fan watching from the sidelines and supporting you guys all along the way. It's a great organization with great people, and I look forward to watching it from the outside.
I think the city of Federal Way has benefited so much from your participation in all kinds of activities. We see you in a lot of places. Thank you.
Yeah, well, you're welcome. And like I said, and you're still going to see that. You're going to see me at the farmers market. You're going to see me at those community activities. Shelley and I aren't moving for several years. So yeah, you're still going to see me around. I just will be part of our shift, as everybody likes to call it. So yes.
So maybe your next chapter could involve this desk?
I do not live in this district. I live about, as several have asked, I live about a mile outside of the district. So yeah, no, it will not involve that.
He'll be working to redraw the lines.
No, I will not.
I'll call the mayor today.
And he's going to be hanging around because he's going to be selling salmon bake tickets every year to us. So
Yeah.
I thought Chief Plumley came in to see me recently, but he was really trying to swindle me for a box of chocolate. So
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.
Okay. Any questions about the staff report? A lot of information in here.
I noticed that. We got it? Yep. I noticed that Zenith has been out for quite a length of time. Is this a surprise that we've got this much repair and this much time out of the commission?
No surprise. There was some extra work that needed to be done to include some new striping and some new lettering to get it all done at the same time. But the boat will be in the water tomorrow. So unfortunately for us, that boat is having some challenges in that water. So had to replace all new zinc bars and just full on maintenance on the boat. So Supervisor Brummett took advantage of that time while it was out of the water to get it all done.
Is that those repairs expected
Yes.
over time, or it's kind of we expected?
Some of it was expected, some of it wasn't. You discovered these things when you pulled boats out of water.
Right.
So, but again, it'll be back in the water tomorrow.
Thank you.
Commissioner Burris.
Is that all part of, the Des Moines Marina is kind of known as a hot marina.
That's right.
And is there anything else we can do to, I've read a few things about, or maybe all just fluff but anything else we can do to minimize it?
Yeah, well, actually, I'm getting a text from Ken. It appears that the parts also took a while for the boat, but in terms of the mitigation of the hot water, it's the actual hull itself wasn't treated, so it's just aluminum. And so, in fact, to put the lettering on, they actually had to put a sander to it to actually create grip. So we're going to at some point have to reevaluate repainting or putting some sort of clear coat on it. But yeah, we're having some just general issues with the boat altogether. Just, yeah.
It's a boat.
It's a boat. And specifically, Supervisor Brummett just texted me and said zip wakes needed to be replaced due to damage and lots of maintenance regarding any full-fledged commercial boat. So all of the above.
Hole in the water you pour money into.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I noticed a notice for a paragraph from the chaplains. Sometime could we have the chaplains come in and talk to us?
Sure,
Get to know them a little bit.
we can do that.
Any other questions? Richard Fuller, has
Yeah.
more? Go ahead.
I
Go for it.
noticed in human resources that we have a promotion gamble. What kind of risk do we have in having a promotion gamble?
Did we leave off her first name?
Oh, well, maybe you put a dash between.
Yeah, we
them or
don't want to
something
gamble
like
with our
that.
promotions moving forward.
IT inventory, do you want to inventory our computers too?
Isaac will do that, yes.
Okay.
We're going to be audited a little bit early this year, and we discussed it as staff this morning. So yeah, expect IT is actually going around and putting new asset tags on all of the equipment. So we'll make sure that they get you covered. It should be in the inventory. It should be in the inventory, but it might be a new number now.
Thank you.
One note, our new recruits, August 11th. August 11th is when our new 13 recruits will start in the academy. So,
What will that bring our firefighter?
well, they
down?
won't hit the streets until January, but that will help us achieve our staffing goal of 37 per shift, which is good.
Mhm.
Also, just a matter of note, Chief Anderson's done a great job working with Sound Transit as they begin to test the rail system in for the Federal Link. And they were pushing back a little bit on some equipment that we need, that we only need because of the transit rail. So Chief Anderson coordinated communicating with them. We had a meeting last week and they agreed to pay for the equipment that we need, which is about $50,000 and another 26,000 give or take in staff training time. So kudos to him. One of his first of many, but first real projects of that scope, getting Sound Transit to commit to that. So just as a note. Any other questions?
Richard Fuller? Okay, I'm just want to make sure. I do have a question about Spartan engines. So I know they're in Oregon right now, but was there any major problems on the drive, the factory that they're fixing?
I'm not aware of any major issues that they've discovered while they're driving it, but they're still working through the punch list that we had come up with during final inspection. So, yep. In fact, Ken just texted me right there. He says no major issues on the drive. So, yep.
Okay, just minor things, typical new rig.
Yeah, I mean, there were some substantive changes that we discovered or errors. So as opposed to fixing it in South Dakota, they shipped it off to Hillsboro. And so they're fixing it there. In a couple weeks time, Ken and more than likely Matt Lee will head down there to do a final inspection to make sure that our punch list is completed accurately. There is a rolling spreadsheet with the change order numbers associated with every photo. We made sure of that before we left. And so Supervisor Brummett has been working directly with Spartan to make sure that each one of those are checked off to his satisfaction. So by the time they get there, everything should be checked off.
So expected time in-house and expected time on the street.
Expected time, anticipated time was sometime in July. I don't want to give you that date just because I want to be realistic. And it'll probably be several months before we actually deploy them out, a couple months out. So probably fourth quarter is what we're looking at.
Winter time.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Have we had similar problems with other vendors that we're having with Spartan?
I can't answer that. Supervisor Brummett, if you're online, maybe you can answer that question. I don't have any experience with Pierce. I think he's on.
Good evening, commissioners. Can you hear me?
Can hear you.
Yep. So we've had some challenges with the Spartan engines, and the group haven't had to the extent that we've had with previous vendors, but a lot of this is due to the acquisition of the Spartan engines into what is known as the Rev Group. And so, of course, when that happens, a lot of times there's cuts and things like that. So there's been some challenges with them. We've gotten through a lot of them, but we'll see how this group of engines fares with some of the changes and additions that we've made.
Ken, specifically, Commissioner was asking about other manufacturers, if I understood correctly, like Pierce. Have we had historical issues like we've seen today?
No, to be honest, historical issues with Pierce was not as much as we've seen today. So whether it's due to pre-COVID buys versus post, hard to say, but Pierce was definitely better in terms of their quality control versus what we've seen on the Spartans when initially we got them. So if that answers your question there.
What was the driver for going towards Spartan? There's
From my understanding, go ahead, Ken.
No, I'm sorry. I was going to say I didn't hear any of that question.
Oh, he was saying what was the impetus behind switching over to Spartan. It was my understanding that at the time, Chief Cheney had done some analysis with you, Ken, and determined that we can get rigs faster in production for a much lower cost. And so we had a pre-existing relationship with H&W, which is now Spartan. And so it was kind of a marriage made in heaven, if you will, cost, time, money, relationships. So we decided to go down this route, but unfortunately, to Ken's point, with the Rev Group and COVID and everything else, I think they just laid off their quality control department. Does that answer your question, Commissioner? Okay.
and it get and for still
It is. It varies, and Ken can answer this much better than I can, but Spartan is middle of the road. Pierce is long lead times, and Rosenbauer, who's the third big player, their lead times are shorter, but allegedly their quality is much better, which is why we decided to go with them for the TDA, the tiller. Yep.
Any other questions?
I have a follow-up on that, on the engines. Last year, there was a budget request to outfit the engines so that they're fully equipped and ready to go. We're adding more units to the street, and we would prefer that every apparatus is fully equipped. That recently came up. Chief Michaels and I were discussing those rigs. I went back and looked at the spreadsheet. At that time, we had tallied all of the capital requests, and I met with Chief Van Valkenburg, and we looked at what was going to fly and what wasn't. Equipping those engines had been taken out of the equation. And so there was a request recently, is there anything we can do to make sure we can get the equipment so that those are fully outfitted? So that's on my list, much like the bathroom remodels. You're going to hear in a minute, we're doing very well budget-wise. So I'll run it through the Finance and Audit Committee, but I expect that we will be looking to outfit the rigs soon.
yeah, it would be, just from my thinking, it would be better to outfit them with new equipment rather than transferring it from our reserve. That would include battery-powered jaws of life.
Yes, we were reminded of that out here. That's a different subject. The rescue team has some opinions about that, but yes, something like that.
Something like
Yeah.
that. Thank you.
All right, you answered my question I was going to ask about equipment.
Yep,
Thank you.
it's on the list.
Thank you. Anyone else? Fuller? Okay, I'm just want to make sure. Okay, thank you. All right. So we're moving on to item 11 then. We're going to the June budget.
All right, halfway through the year, we would expect to be at 50%. This time of the year, we are sitting at 44.8%. So we are 5.2% under budget, which is unheard of for us. We know why. We have some unfilled positions. We also, some of our larger projects like strategic planning and retreats, we haven't executed yet. So we're sitting on some money there, but we're still doing far better than we would expect ordinarily, which is why we're trying to take advantage of this and get in front of you and talk about some of the things that are long overdue, using some of these savings to fund some of those projects right now. With the particulars, we have Finance Supervisor Barrett here tonight.
Hello. Okay, this month we have mid-month utilities totaling $67,051.76. Accounts payable warrants totaling $1,474,665.25. Payroll direct deposit totaling $1,659,095.78. EFTPS totaling $368,888.09. Medical claims processed as of June 17th totaling $289,335.01 for a total approval of $3,859,035.89.
Questions? Nothing? Okay. Go ahead. I know you got your finger there.
I move to approve the vouchers.
Got a motion by Commissioner Vadino for approval of vouchers. Is there a second?
I'll second.
And seconded by Commissioner Burris. Any discussion on the motion on the table of approval of vouchers at this time?
Yes. One question.
Yes, Commissioner Gates.
Under control deposit, it says 214. Is that the number of employees?
It's the number of employees, and then we also do a direct deposit for our LEF 1 reimbursements. It's a monthly.
Last month it was 212.
We had 2 hires. Yeah.
Has that always been on there?
Yes. It's been on there for some time now with this new form. Yeah. It threw me off too, because I look at the budget and I know how many budgeted positions we have. And at one point that number was more than I expected, but it's in terms of what we're processing monthly. Who's getting a direct deposit?
It's pretty small.
Yeah. 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 We're not missing any commas or decimals in it. Or apostrophes.
All right. Any other questions? We have a motion on the table to approve the vouchers. Hearing no other questions, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Thank you. Approved. So executive session, time now is 5:43. So at 5:43 hours, the board will convene into executive session per RCW 42.30.1101I to discuss with legal counsel representing the agency matters relating to agency enforcement actions, or to discuss with legal counsel representing the agency litigation or potential litigation to which the agency, the governing body, or a member acting in official capacity is or is likely to become a party when public knowledge regarding discussion is likely to result in an adverse legal or financial consequence to the agency. Joining the board in executive session will be Executive Director Ganem, Executive Secretary Lori Perry, and legal counsel. Action may or may not be taken after the executive session. At this time, we recess until 6:28. Right down to the minute. Unless the executive session is extended. Thank you.